Welcome. Welcome to this Mindful Monday. This is the first of 2023. It is Monday, the 2nd of January. Crikey. I don't know how we got to the beginning of another new year, but that's a good focus for today. So we'll start with the centering. Then we're going to have an embodiment pose, a bit of exploration, and then a meditation. It'll be slightly shorter today because we've been busy chatting in the Zoom room and we don't record those discussions. So going back to our ABC for centering. A is for awareness. Perhaps notice the space you're in, even look around it. Look at things that are familiar to you. Notice sounds that are familiar, the smell. And then bring awareness more inwards. Notice your body and where it's resting. Gravity pulling you down, the earth rising to meet it, leaving you completely supported. An awareness of how you feel on the inside. How are you today? There's no right way to feel. You might notice a little extra tension today. And then notice your breath. No need to change it yet. Just becoming aware of the speed, the depth. And then B for balance. Have a little rock, back and forth, side to side, up and down, and find that spot in the middle. That's where there's the least effort to sit there, to stand there, to be there. And then bringing balance to the breath. Seeing if you can have an equal length of inhale and exhale. And C for core, bringing some relaxation and softness through the core. So inhale, lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, soften through your forehead, your cheeks, your shoulders, your chest, your belly. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and soften. Second C is for connection. Bringing to mind someone, person, pet, your higher self, your younger self, a family member or friend, anyone that makes your heart smile. And then notice again how you feel. And remember, you can do that quickly. Notice, balance, soften. Okay, I'd like to introduce you to a pose called entering in. I'm going to stand up. You can stay seated, you can stay wherever you are, as ever. And this is all about starting things, beginning things, so it seems fitting with the new year. And there's a forward direction to this pose. You can use it quite literally as we're beginning a new year and things are to come, or you can use it and think about it in relation to projects or how you approach things. So let me show you the setup and we'll explore it. So it's a yang pose, which means it's got a bit of action, and you're setting your legs, technically you're setting your legs up in a line, but don't worry too much if that's not comfortable for you. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight, foot sort of like a warrior legs, and your hips are kind of forwards as you can. And then turn this way, the leg that's forward, that arm comes out and is forward, and the other arm is just behind and just lower. And we are looking at that direction forwards and feeling into that. And you can do this with your arms even if you're sitting. And feeling into, is that familiar to you? That projected forwards idea, that joining, that beginning something. Maybe trying it on the other side. Your weight is a little bit in front and one hand is leading. Where are you going this year? With projects, with ideas, with plans, with relationships, with anything. What can you see ahead? What is it you'd like to see ahead? It might be dreams that you're aiming for. And is it familiar? Or is there a sense you want to hang back a little bit? Or are you leaning forward too much? Are you rushing in? You can even add a little bit of motion to it. So take your arms up and send them down, almost like a chop, but you can do it faster if you want. Where are you going? Or you can do it slowly. What lies ahead? What do you want to lie ahead? Is it familiar? Where in your life might you want more of it? Might you need more of it? Or do you need to pull back a little bit? There isn't a right way for any of us. It's about what's right for us at the time. But we are at the beginning of 2023. And so here we can enter together. And then let that go. Maybe take a hug or take one hand to heart and one to belly. And notice if anything arises for you. Even if it's emotion. Notice. And then come back. Just going to check in with the Zoomies. Lovely discussion in the Zoom room. And a few things came up. We've been talking about this in Mighty Networks and in the Facebook group about not setting intentions and the previous tendency to set intentions, and for some people to completely fulfill them, even at the expense of self, and for others, in fact, the feeling of failure of self when we don't fulfill our intentions. And what I'd been talking about in Facebook and Mighty Networks was about having smaller goals and being kind to ourselves rather than these grand intentions. And then exploring that pose of entering in and beginning and moving forward, and the idea of there being a fear of our own energy or the previous energy that we've had. And for me, that was like letting horses gallop and beginning something at fast pace, going, go, and no way to stop until the crash comes, which actually isn't healthy at all. So managing that in a more soft, gentle, kind way. And the entering in can be small. The beginning can be small. The moving forward can be small. It doesn't have to be the year. It doesn't have to be an enormous project. It can be today. It can be now. It can be getting my sewing machine out of the storage room and to the dining table to begin the next project. Or like I did the other day when I looked at my floor wardrobe and I took 3 items and hung them up. I didn't think I must clear the whole lot. I started a process, but it was softer and it was kinder. Okay, we're going to have a guided meditation and very much focused about breath awareness and nourishment to support us and revitalize us and protect us and give us almost like a safety ring around us as we move into this next year, as we are in this next year. So I invite you, as ever, to find a comfortable position. A position that's right for you today. And if that's sitting tall, that's good. If that is lying down and being comfortable, that's also good. And letting your body settle there. Take any movements that you need, any wiggles and jiggles. And if at any time you feel restless, move, even get up, walk around and resettle again. Then take your awareness to your breath. Notice the breath coming through your nostrils or mouth. And perhaps you can visualize it over your tongue, down the back of your throat, down into the lungs and spreading it into the tiny air sacs that make up your lungs, the alveoli. And from there the breath spreads through the body, carried in the blood. The oxygen taken from it, bringing that nourishment and vitality. So with each breath, perhaps there is a light, and we've done this before and connected the breath to a light or a glow. And with each in-breath, perhaps the body can glow a little brighter. And with each out-breath, it might soften, but the glow remains. And as you focus through this meditation practice, allow your awareness to move through your body, but also let it rest on a number of places. Let it come back to the belly, the chest, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet, and the breath. Following the inhale again. And perhaps you can sense or imagine the breath filling the head. The breath reaching the eyes, the ears, the nose, the lips, the cheeks. Glowing brighter as you inhale and softening as you exhale. Perhaps you can sense that brightness extending into the space around your head. And notice the belly, the chest, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet, and the breath. Sensing or imagining the breath coming into the chest, filling the whole of the chest glowing through the lungs and the heart, the ribs, the muscles, the spine and the skin. As you inhale, brightening, glowing, and as you exhale, softening. And perhaps imagining the brightness extending to the space around the chest, like a cushion, like a protection, looking after us as we move forwards in this year. And notice the belly, the chest, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet, and the breath. Sensing or imagining the breath filling the belly, the light the glow filling the belly. Each of the organs within, the muscles around the belly and the lower back, the spine and the skin. Inhaling, glowing and brightening. Exhaling, softening. And perhaps you can imagine with the inhale the glow extending to the space around the belly, around the lower back, nourishing, protecting as we move forwards. And notice the belly, the chest, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet and the breath. Sensing or imagining the breath filling the pelvis, brightening and glowing, moving with the breath, the organs within, the bones that make up the pelvis, bringing strength, and the lower spine, the protective muscles right out to the skin. Inhaling, glowing, brightening. Exhaling, softening. And perhaps you can sense or imagine the space around the pelvis brightly glowing, protecting, nourishing, cushioning us as we move forward. And notice the belly, the chest, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet, and the breath. Sensing or imagining the shoulders and the arms filling with the breath. The whole length of the arms, right down to the hands, each finger. Inhaling, glowing, brighter. Exhaling, softening. And perhaps you can sense or imagine the space around the arms and the hands, filling with the breath, glowing, nourishing, protecting as we move forwards. And notice the belly, the chest, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet, and the breath. Sensing or imagining the breath filling the hips, the legs, right down to the feet and each of the toes. Inhaling, glowing, brightening. Exhaling, softening. And sensing or imagining the space around the legs and the feet, filling with the breath and the glowing light. Nourishing, cushioning, protecting as we move forwards. And notice the belly, the chest, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet, and the breath. Perhaps you can sense or imagine the whole body filling with the breath. The whole body glowing, brightening, and the space around the whole body filling with the breath, glowing, nourishing, protecting and cushioning, carrying us safely as we move forwards. Inhaling, brightening, exhaling, softening. And notice the belly, the chest, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet, and the breath. And allowing yourself to rest here, surrounded and filled with the breath, glowing and softening, nourished and protected, safe as we move forwards. Resting here for the next couple of minutes. And if your attention wanders, that's okay. Gently, with a kind friendliness, bring it back to the breath. And notice the belly, the chest, the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet, and the breath. Inhaling, glowing and brightening, filling with the breath. Exhaling, softening, nourished, protected, safe as we move forwards. Taking any movements that you need. Perhaps a deeper inhale. Perhaps a stretch. Perhaps a hug, or one hand to heart and one to belly. And then slowly, as you are ready, gently open your eyes if they were closed and come back to where we began. Thank you to those of you joining us on the recording. I'm going to stop it now so we can get back to our discussions in the Zoom room. See you soon.